flavors. Simple if else and a ladder if is, you can also call it as a nested if also, somebody's point of view. The next two control statements, so switch statement. So switch is actually not decision making statement, sir. It's a selection statement. If is a decision making operation, but switch is the selection operation. Like as if conditions, switch performing the comparisons manually or directly based on the result of the comparison choosing the statement, so it not performs like that. If is doing like that, but what it is doing, sir, what are the variable you specified here? Based on the variables, they chooses one selection, one case here. It's selecting one case here and executing the statements that case and simply coming out. There are no comparisons also, see that one. Like as if condition, comparisons not available. Which variable you have to check it, write that variable. And here value is comes generally. But this variable, this value, it performs equality operation. The value of this variable matching to this value or not. So what are the variable you mentioned are specified here. This variable generally matching one of these case values. Which value it is matching, the corresponding statements is executes and simply stopping the switch. Break compulsory, yes sir. If break available, we'll get one type of output. If break not available, we'll get one type of output. But both cases program is executed. Available break if you use it, some type of output it will comes. By chance break if you are not used it, sir, the different outputs are comes. So but break is not compulsory, switch case compulsory, switch compulsory. Default is not compulsory, break is also not compulsory. How many cases we can write here, sir? N number of cases we can write. And after completion of all these cases, at last we are writing the default. Compulsory, yes sir. Just now I said it's not compulsory. And your program demanding to write it, otherwise leave it. Next one, already if condition available, why we should go for the switch, sir? Compared to if condition, switch runs a little bit faster, sir. The performance advantages are available here. Little bit performance advantages are available here. So except that we don't have any special guidelines or conditions or etc., sir. But compared to other languages, we have so many rules and regulations while working with the switch. Some data types supporting, some data types not supporting, conditions supporting, conditions not supporting, variable supporting, variable, some rules and regulations available in other languages. But comes to the JavaScript, if we don't have any rules and regulations. No guidelines, no suggestions for the switch. Full freedom, sir. You can use as per your convenience, you can use as per your requirements. Now see the example. Here we are not solving any program. The previous three scenarios we solved some example. Example plus a small problems we solved. And in this situation, I'm writing a general example. Not specific problem solving, general example only. So what is the example, sir? I'm accepting some input from the user. Accepting some input from the user. And n equals to percentage of prompt of enter value between 1 to 7. Enter the value between 1 to 7. So what is this 1 to 7 meaning, sir? We are asking number from the user. Which number they are giving? A number related week name or day name I want to print it. User given 1 hour, Monday printed. User given 7 hours, Sunday printed. So which number the user given, that week I am going to printing on screen, sir. Switch on N. Case 1 means the value of N is matching to 1. This 1 is nothing but an indirectly the matching or equality value of your variable. It's not case 1. Generally in C knowledge we are misunderstanding something, sir. These are the serial numbers of the cases. Somebody they are thinking like that. Reason, cases we are writing always with like this one. Case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Most of the situations or examples are comes like this one. First time we are not getting the doubt. 3-4 times if you write like this, sir, obviously 5th time, these are the serial numbers of the cases. Very common. Somebody they are thinking like that only. I have faced so many cases. But actually it's not serial numbers of the cases, sir. These are the equality comparison of your variables. Equality operation of your variables. But equality we have not developed anywhere, we have not mentioned, sir. Implicitly switch performs the equality operation. Or automatically switch performs the equality operation. By default available in so many cases, switch by default it performs the equality operation. That's why equals to we are never designing and not required. So value of N is equals to 1. Yes, sir. Do something here. So document dot write followed by what is that? Monday. Break. Same thing, right, for the all cases. So whether the value of N is matching to 2, Tuesday, break. Next, Wednesday, break. Next, Friday, break. Thursday jump kada. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, last one default. Why default, sir? Maybe if user given other than 127, sir. Some users available intentionally they are testing also. Program working or not properly they are testing. So for that we have to write the code compulsory, sir. For that this we will go for invalid day. So this is the writing of the switch case. Input value is matching to which case the corresponding steps are executing. I mean immediately break. Break means sir, it come out of the switch. Program continues but switch terminated. So 1 and this is output. 7 Sunday, 5 Friday, 4 Thursday, 9 invalid day. All cases working or not I am testing. 2 Tuesday, 6 Saturday, 3 Wednesday. Yes, every case is working properly, so there is no problem here. Wrong case also it is working. 55 invalid day. So this is the switch writing style. And what is the execution style, sir? But n value is 3, suppose. What happens now, sir? It is directly jumping to the third case. It's not performing the one by one comparison. The if condition is doing first if condition, the first attempt, the second attempt, and I already explained in the last session. If success, okay, failure, second attempt, failure, third attempt. Because that is not available, sir. Direct attack, attempts no chance. So case 1, case 2, no. Whenever you are giving the 3, directly jumping into the third case and trying to produce this answer. After completion, sir, break available, stop the switch, then come out. By chance break not available, sir, it goes to the next one also. Next case also executing. But value not matching us, sir. I don't want value matchings or not. Case available, I am running. That's all. That's what I'm saying. It's not performing the comparisons and relational operators separately. Which case it is selected? Our checkboxes we are selecting, switch also selecting the cases. Which case it is selected? Execution starts from that case till to reach the break statement, till to reach the closing of the switch. The breaks not available, I am continuously running the program until to reach the end of the switch. So for stopping of the wrong executions, in this unconditional statement break we are using compulsory. So see this one, I'm going to showing that I'm removing the breaks. All breaks are removed. What happens there? Once they start the execution from particular case, from that case to up to end of the switch case, a direct attack. The Balakrishna dialogue ఉంటుంది కదా, ఒకసారి స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే once if you started, no stopping. That process is going on అనమాట. Enter the switch case 9, sorry. Enter the value 9. What is the output, sir? Default value. Now we'll get perfect answer. Reason, sir, it's not selecting any case or it is not choosing any case. So automatically default it will go and you will get the answer here. In the rest of all inputs, we will get the wrong outputs only. If I give in the 5, sir, but now it's selected the 5th case. 5th case selected, step executed. Next, any breaker, sir? No break. I'm entering into 6th case also. But that is not your case, sir. My argument is there is no breaks, so I'm going. Running the 6th case. 6th case after, sir, no breaks. Running the 7th case after, no breaks. Running the default after, sir, no breaks. But still it is moving. But luckily, end of the switch. So that is DVD. Once the execution started, sir, DVD only. Continuously it is running all the statements. By chance, if I given one, sir, everything bulldozer. Tukkudu. First case to up to the last default. Nothing is missing. Everything is executed because of breaks missing. This switch case execution style actually. If it is really checking the conditions, sir, we are given 1 no. But how the third case is producing output? 1 not matching to 3 kada. 1 not matching to 3. So why the third case is executed? No comparisons, selection process only. For these type of wrong executions controlling, we are using one more control statement, that is break. A control statement is controlling your program wrong directions and diverting into the proper direction. Next one. want to check the even number or odd number, otherwise positive or negative. So for that I'm asking the user enter the number. User is giving something input, whatever it may be. Next, case n I'm removing, sir, because switch after variable I'm not mentioned. What I'm writing, sir, blank brackets syntax error. That's a write something that is true. Switch is true. Then directly we are entering into the switch case. Well, where is the comparison, sir? Here case inside I'm going to writing if n is greater than or equals to 0, then print the positive number. The given number is positive. Otherwise, sir, print the negative number. You can write directly default, no problem. Case success failure it automatically will get the default. Default inside write the message negative number. No sir, default I'm not interested to write it, sir. Then write the case also for that one. If n is less than 0, so print the message negative number. Break not necessary. This is, so default is not compulsory, plus inside the switch cases we can write directly our expressions. 100% valid. JavaScript supporting this one. My value, so output is this one, minus 30. This is both working properly. 145, this one, minus 600. This is anything special, sir? Yes, sir. In our Java C languages, they are not supported these. No, this feature not available. A JavaScript feature. Maximum can write do the same thing in Python also. No, na? C or Java, anybody? You tried it like this? Why? The next one, another type of control statements, loops. Loops, next model. So still we are in control statements only, second part of the control statement, loops. So what is the purpose of these loops, sir? For repetitive statements execution, we are using this one. The same code, if you want to execute again and again and again, sir. Yes, sir, without loops also we can do that one, but some coding complexities comes. The number of steps are increasing. So for simplifying of that code, we are taking the support of loops or iterations. A set of instructions given to the interpreter. It executes until the condition becomes false. So this until the condition becomes false, the process is called as the loop. Now, what are the steps we given to those? They're executing the statements continuously again and again and again and again. When this stops the execution of the steps, sir, whenever your given condition is becomes false. Whenever the given condition is becomes false, then it stops the execution. So the basic purpose of the loops is to minimize the repetition of the code. The duplicate steps reducing purpose, we are using the loops. What are the repetitive are nothing but a duplicate steps or duplicate coding that minimizing loops nature. So how many types of loops available, sir? 3 types of loops available: while loop, for loop, do while loop. While loop and for loop is called as the top testing loop. Do while loop is called as the bottom testing loop or exit level. And as for their behavior, they are calling like that, sir, nothing special. How the for loop is functioning, how the while loop is functioning, based on that we called as a top testing loops or entry level loops. Next, how the do while loop is functioning, based on that we are calling as a bottom testing loop. So what is meaning of top testing, sir? If condition checking. If a statement, it checking the condition. When it is checking the condition, sir, while entering into if block. While entering of the if block, condition checking. Condition success, it is entering into the block. Condition failure silently goes to the next one. That is called as entry level or top testing. That is nothing but an entry level or top testing operations. And these two loops, the same. At the time of loop entrance, they're testing the condition. If the condition true, they're entering into the loop. If the condition is false, they're going to the next task. But what about this do while loop, sir? Bottom testing, sir. Same testing, same condition, it happens at the end of the loop. The same testing, the same condition, it happens at the exit or end of the loop. So first two loops condition while entrance of the loop, third loop condition while exit of the loop. So as per that we called as a top testing loops or bottom testing loops. So first we are starting with the while loop. While loop or for loop or do while loop, any type of loop, purpose same. The different ways of writing but not different purposes. While loop for the repetition purpose only, do while loop is for repetition purpose only, for loop is also for the repetition purpose only. No special things. But one loop to another loop, the way of molding is different. The writing style is different. That is the function while loop syntax and execution order. Last session also you showed the same type of diagram, sir. Last session to this one small difference available, sir. Previously, what are the diagrams I observed? In that one, this part is not available. This is not available. Condition checking, success enter into block, execute the statement, and then come out. But now, sir, same condition checking. Last examples, what are the things we use? Same condition, it is going to testing. Same condition, it is testing. If the condition success, sir, entering into the loop body. Inside the loop, how many steps available? That all the steps are going to execute. When all the step completed, incrementing the counter variable and going to the top of the loop. This is loop. The repetition. So previous examples, controller is never coming back. It's always moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. But loops ka the circular operation. Because see this, again they come back, testing the condition once again. Success, enter into the loop, run the loop body, increment the counter, then go to the condition. Again condition success, this circle is going to forming, sir. The iteration means lines are called as iterations. When this circle is going to breaking, sir, when this chain is breaking, sir, whenever your given condition is false, then we'll directly coming out of the loop. The loop execution indications. And what about the syntax? We have here, sir, while followed by condition, while followed by condition, and loop body, incrementation or decrementation. What is the body of the loop means? Steps. Which statement you want executed, the step we have to write inside the while loop. They generally matter. The printings are calculations are based on your program requirement. So if you want to build any type of loop, generally three things are required, sir. One is INIT value, second one is stepping value, third one is condition, fourth one is body. Body leave it, balance things are loop building concepts. First one is INIT value. INIT value, that is nothing but where the loop starts, a starting position. My loop is starting from this point, that is called as the INIT value. So INIT value represents the starting point of the loop. My conditions are ending point of the loop. My loop is going to ending here. My loop starting from Hyderabad, my loop is ending with Vijayawada, that is this one. But what is the stepping value, sir? Traveling. How much distance you are going to traveling. So the stepping value, it's nothing but a counter variable, sir. Just one variable contains maybe either plus plus or minus minus something. Somebody you are calling it's increment or decrement also. I am calling stepping, sir, but you cannot call as increment or decrement. Here we have the clear indication, see that one. In the syntax, if you observe it here, we have the increment or decrement operation. That I pronounced as a here condition, stepping value. So what is the use of this stepping value, sir? Actual purpose of this stepping value, it is just counting the iterations. Actual purpose of this stepping value is, it is counting the iterations. How many times you are going to rotating, it is just going to counting the iterations. Why, sir? A counting compulsory, sir. Counting, if you maintain the count, then we can control the loops. Count not maintained, sir. It is continuously rotating that one. So based on this count, we are going to stopping the loop sometimes. But I want to rotate the 10 times, sir. You can counter variable available now. Whenever this variable reaches to 10, then we are stopping the loop. So counter variable, nothing but a stepping value. It decides the number of iterations of your loop. It decides the number of iterations of your loop. So INIT, it's a loop starting point. Condition, it's a loop ending point. Stepping value, counter variable. Maybe sometimes counter is plus plus, maybe sometimes counter is minus minus. And increment operation available, decrement operation available, both available. Why increment and decrement both, sir? Forward direction, backward direction. If you use only increment, sir, that is forward direction loop rotating. Nothing but a clockwise direction. Generally, decrement we are using for rotating of the anti-clockwise. Sometimes we have to rotate the loop clockwise, sometimes we have to rotate the loops anti-clockwise. Clockwise cases, incrementation or something is going on. Anti-clockwise cases, decrementation or something is going on. Overall, all the things are called as stepping value. So stepping value deciding how many times your loop rotating. How many times your loop is going to rotating. With all these three items, loop forming. This loop is starting the processing. While processing of this loop, which code you want to execute it, sir? That becomes as a body. Which code you want to execute it, that is becomes as a body. So body inside your steps or tasks are available.
Recording in
stepping
progress.
value, incrementation. I want to rotate the clockwise direction, so I prefer the incrementation. Stepping value, condition. So this is the starting point of the loop, this is the ending point of the loop. So between the starting point, ending point to how many chances are there to rotate the loop cell? That is deciding this one. As for this I++ అయితే 10 chances are available. అంటే 10 iterations chances. Generally 10 iterations only గా sir. And if I write the I+3 sir, 3 iterations a chance available. 10 times loop not rotating. But I value 1 no, I less than 11 is available sir. Yes sir. Most of the students they are thinking like that only 10 times my loop is rotating. It's not happen sir. But 1 no 10 is available sir. 1 no 10 is sir, but 10 times no guarantee. So 10 times or 5 times or 3 times are purely decided by the your stepping value, not by the condition. How much time loop rotating, condition deciding. How many times loop rotating, stepping value deciding. How much time different to how many times different. Movie available sir. How many times movie playing? How much time movie running? How much time? 2.5 hour session or 2 hours 40 minutes. Correct. How many times movie playing and that is meaningless here. So time different to count different. But now this loop is rotating overly 10 times. Depends upon the I++. But whenever this loop is rotating, I want to print a small message, sir. Document dot write followed by some hello. Document dot write followed by hello. So what happens sir? 10 times we are getting the hello message. But what is the use of this loop sir? I'm just explaining the repetition and how to avoid the repetition sir. But this loop I don't have any idea sir. We should write the coding like this. Document dot write followed by hello 10 times together. This is the actual code. The original code is this one, and this is called as a repetition of coding. This repetition of coding is reduced or minimized by any of the loop. So 10 times I want to print the hello message at 10 steps we decide. But that 10 steps it is simplified as a 4 steps. But I want to design the 100 times the same message sir. But 100 steps you have to write it. And the loops are just 4 lines sir. No additional operation. Add the 0 100 times it is printing output. So these are the 10 hellos. I need 100 times sir. Yes sir, you can just add the 0. 100 times hellos. Printing sir, you are printing. 100 hellos are there, see that one. Observed one point. In features I already explained. One feature, 6 points or 7 points we discussed in the JavaScript features. In that one point is I clearly said JavaScript is faster. Loosely typing I explained, dynamic typing I explained, extendability I explained, interoperability I explained, JavaScript features. In that the first feature I explained the fast. Maybe you observed or not, I don't know sir. It is super fastly executing the program compared to your Java programs. So many you are feeling Java programs are executing faster. Compared to your Java programs, so JavaScript programs are 10 times faster it is executed. Proof on the screen you have. And already 100 times loop rotated. Run the same program in Java or .NET. It takes some time, or 2 seconds or 1 second it will takes. But this program less than 10 milliseconds completed. Matter. No sir, we are not feeling sir. Our Java is running faster sir. If you want to get the more feeling, I'll do one small thing. I'm going to increasing 10,000 times. Again, 5 to 10 milliseconds enough. 5 to 10 milliseconds enough. But the C program 10,000 times at least to 1 minute required, sir. Minimum 1 minute, 10,000 times. Java అయితే 2 seconds or 3 seconds it is completed. Milliseconds, 10 milliseconds, 10 milli కూడా అవసరం లేదు సార్, 2 milliseconds enough. See that, before releasing my finger 10,000 times completed. Done, over. Completed 10,000 times. Before releasing my finger completed. That is the explained features. Ordinary executing అయితే ఆ స్పీడ్ అనేది పాయింట్ అసలు we can't highlight it. As super parts expression కాబట్టి that is why we discuss as a special feature. Super fast అది JavaScript. If you want to get the more clarity, I'll make the small thing. Instead of hello message, I'll print the numbers. But really 10,000 numbers printing Kanata, you'll also get the idea, right? What I'm doing, sir, I'm just writing the hello message instead of I variable. I variable, concatenation, space. What is I value here? 1. First one printing. Next I value, 2. Next time, 3. So 1 to 10,000 numbers it is printing, right? Observe the screen, sir. Place the cursor. I'm pressing enter key. Done. Over. 10,000 numbers over. Sorry, see now in your languages this much of speed. But already last number 10,000 is there. Here you can check it. No sir, I need 50,000 sir. Why not? Check it that also. Press enter. Done. Over 50,000, you can go and check it ending. Over 50,000 is there already. But a features meaning understand, it's not an ordinary. So if he is executing this much of speed, in introduction we already discussed, sir, JavaScript execution engines we have already